welcome back YouTube. Brother Kimo here with Reload Hawaii. Gonna be throwing down 2 more Kukuri reviews for you today. And as you can see, I personally think that these are 2 of the most distinct Kukuris that I've seen, with the exception of the 5 Cheetah Sherman review that I did. But what I'm talking about is its overall appearance and features. I think both of these have very unique handles and blade features that are different than most that I've seen, because most of them will have a recurve and a belly, but these look interesting. I think these probably are the 2 most interesting Kukuris on the Kukuri House website. Let me tell you what you're looking at though. The one on the top is called I Am Eli / Missionary, kind of modeled after the Kukuri from I Am Eli. Runs about 90 bucks. Now the one on the bottom, this is my favorite. This is actually what led me to the Kukuri House's website. This is called the Scourge / Apocalypse, and the description on the website is all about zombies. They were on that zombie train. I guess this guy named Andrew Lucas, who's an Australian, helped design this knife. But they went to him to design a zombie Kukuri, and this is the result of it, and is my absolute favorite so far. That guy runs about 120 bucks. So let me go over, I guess, some of the similarities between these 2, and then I'll run the knife sheaths through here, and then I'll pick them up and spin them around so you can see what the blades look like. But here we go. I guess let's start at the blades. Both of them are 13-inch blades, both made out of EN-31 high carbon steel. The bar stocks come into the company with the standard Rockwell hardening between 22 and 25, and by the time they're done pounding on it and tempering and shaping, it ends up between 58 and 60. Handles, both are roughly about 6 inches. Both are made out of Indian rosewood. Both have full Tang handle blade designs, and I'll show you those when I flip them over. And I think that's about it for similarities. Oh, well, I'll put the spines in there too. The top one has a spine thickness of about 10 millimeters, and the bottom one about 9. But yeah, again, I'll show you that when I run them through the camera. Here's the knife sheaths. This is the one that is for the Scourge. Both are made out of buffalo leather, and for what they are, guys, these are fantastic. It's not sloppily or done carelessly. The stitching is good. Lanyard loop here, belt loop here, and I just appreciate people that know they can put something together just crap, right? But then they don't. They come through and they make it nice. Here's the other one. It's black buffalo leather. It's got a little button latch here to handle the longer handle on the I Am Eli, and again I'll flip it over so you can see that the stitching is done quite well. Then you have your lash down here at the bottom, so well done again. Bigger fan of the Kydex, but if you don't have the cash, making a Kydex sheets for one of these guys is going to be some bucks. But I guess let's get into it. I'll pick up this top one here. This is the I Am Eli, and I guess I will start at the very tip on this side. No real functionality for these holes at the top, but it does make it look hella cool. This portion here is sharpened. It does have an edge on it, so if you do kind of put some pressure on it and run your finger, you'll get cut pretty good. Not as sharp as that edge there, but still quite significantly sharper than let's say the spine up here that is 10 millimeters. There's my pinky fingernail. Okay, if you flip this thing over, you'll notice that you got all this weight right behind the belly of the beast. What you're coming down on with the chop is going to come off. An arm, a leg, a finger, a branch, whatever. That's the beauty of that. You can see the Kukuri House stamp here. Recurve. Let me run this down so you can see the thickness of the blade running into the handle. There's your full Tang that runs into a lanyard loop here. The cool thing about this handle is it's called a Longhorn, so it's thinner. So guys with small hands like me can get a better grip on it, and they do have a little curve in here for my hand to fit on. But what's cool about this handle too is they use this thing called, or what they call, the L-key bolt system. There it is. It's a little bit different than this guy, but just the attention to detail on this, right? It's pretty good. I dig it. Got a little bit of ribbing on here for grip, but that's the I Am Eli. Also, again, from the Kukuri House in Nepal. Now let's get to my favorite. I'm going to start with the handle on this thing. I guess Andrew Lucas, the Australian that helped design this with the Kukuri House, might be responsible for that handle design, but look at this full Tang, man. Okay, it's one thing to see it all the way through here, but this finger guard It runs through here and right around the corner, you know, into this beautiful finger guard for your pointer finger, and a palm swell right up here. And especially this section here, I mean, if you kind of look at it, it looks like the Spartan kind of handle, but this does have a place for your finger to go into. And man, this palm swell makes it so well balanced when you grip onto it that this doesn't feel like a 2.5 pound knife. I think I might have skipped over that, but both of these knives weigh about 2.5 pounds as well. Skull Crusher Pommel here. If you need to crush somebody with that, you could, because that runs all the way through. And just interesting things that they do, you know, they put one big rivet here and two small. And balance is, you know, very nice, you know, physically. Here's that 9mm spine with some notches on the top. You know, great for ferro rods if you're trying to make a fire, or what they say is you can actually smack, you know, down on some wood, which will make it easier to notch out for square notches. They did get rid of the chow, and they made this thing a bottle opener. The description says, after you're done killing zombies, crack back a cold one and use this as a bottle opener. Fantastic. Look at that massive recurve there. It's just scary. Kukuri house stamp here. And look at this belly. Just crazy. You know, it's such a beautiful looking knife. And this top, like the I Am Eli, does have an edge on it. So if you did happen to backhand somebody with this, you'll probably cut their face off. Again, you know, not as sharp as an edge as that, but this is still sharp enough to do some damage. But holy cow, guys. Just an awesome knife for $120. Custom made? What's that? You're not going to make that until I order it? Crazy. Well, I think that's about it, guys. If you guys enjoy the videos, please feel free to, you know, hit subscribe on there, because I'm going to keep cranking out videos. And as always, I'll list the 4 websites on the bottom if you guys want to order from them. And as always, that's all I got to say about that. Hit the button, subscribe, and I'll keep the videos coming. I will catch you guys later.